Hello and welcome back to the Knuckleheads podcast. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mandy.
And now Mandy will go through a recap of our previous episode for those of you who haven't watched it or have watched it, just want to forgot what we talked about.
I mean, I don't know how you would forget, like, your 20-minute rant about Mario Kart, but, whatever. So there was that, and then I also ordered Moe's in the middle of it because I was hungry and moody. And I think we also talked
Being
about
a little bitch.
Yeah, we also talked a little bit about Super Auto Pets if it's the next big thing. So
You shitted on that, but yeah.
I did. But, yeah, that was pretty much all we did last episode.
Yeah. So this episode, we want to just quickly talk about, we finally uploaded our first YouTube video. Not first YouTube video, but first gaming video, not one of the podcasts, because
Yeah.
up until now we've been just uploading podcast. But then we finally got around to recording a video. It's us playing Arsenal Roblox.
Yep.
Not the game.
It's definitely interesting.
Not the game you probably thought we were going to be playing. We don't want to give away too much. We want you to go ahead and watch it because it's honestly a lot funnier to watch what we were able to put together. But honestly, I think it went it went better than I expected.
Really?
And,
It went worse than I expected.
I mean, what I meant by better, like it was a lot funnier than I expected. Like
okay.
I thought we
It
were gonna
wasn't
have a hard
bored.
time finding funny moments and whatnot, but like, not gonna lie, Amanda kind of was the star of the episode.
Go
So
check
you
it out.
think she's kind of mellow here? You should go watch that and see how she really is. Her true colors have shined in that
Yes.
video. If you like it, let us know in those comments.
And I'll
we
consider doing a part 2.
Yeah, we can make a part 2. But we also have other plans for other videos, so it won't just be Roblox, don't worry. But that was the first one we wanted to try out.
Yeah. It went good.
Right.
Good. Yeah.
Now this next thing that we're gonna do is we decided to come up with a segment for our podcast, and it's not gonna be every podcast, but it's gonna be every couple podcasts probably. This was kind of inspired by Amanda by trying to get me into reading more, and then I said, why not we do like a book club kind of thing, and we decided to have like a segment called book club. So we're both like reading a book at the same time, and we're just gonna basically talk about what we read for the week or whatever.
So basically, the plan is, so if you want to read along with us, first, the book is Misery by Stephen King. It's a psychological horror. So if you're into that kind of stuff, read along. And I think we're pretty much going to be doing like 3 chapters or not every episode, but like every segment, right?
About 3 chapters or so. I mean, so far the beginning of the book, chapters seem pretty short. I don't know how it gets later in the book, but for now, maybe 3 or maybe 6. Depends how fast we read. So yeah, like Amanda said, if you want to follow along, you can. I mean, we're going to be talking about the first 3 chapters. Not gonna like. Don't worry if you say that it's gonna be spoiled. I mean, you could pause the podcast if you have the book. Go ahead and read the first 3 chapters before we talk about it.
Yep.
But there's not really much that happens. There is a couple things we're gonna talk about, but it's not like anything breaking or anything. Just kind of setting the scene, pretty much.
So what do you think of the first 3 chapters?
So, I mean, I thought it was pretty. Well, I will say it made me. I haven't read a book in a while, but I feel like it was very descriptive and made me have to visualize a lot. So I was like in the beginning, like when he was talking about the pilings and the wave and the tides going over it. At first, I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this? Like, I mean, this happens to me a lot of times when I'm reading. Like, I read something and I'm like, where's this gonna go? How's this related to the story?
Well, that's one thing about Stephen King though, is his books are very like descriptive. Like even in the past when I've read some of his previous books, like it's very much you need to visualize stuff. So when you're talking about the pilings, later in the chapter or chapter 3, whichever, he kind of gives you like that idea of the waves and everything washing over, but then he brings it back to how he currently is feeling.
Right. That's what I was gonna end up saying. Like how he realized like the pilings were what's it called was his feet or his legs, and then like the tide was the pain.
Yeah. And he kind of like spoke about how I'm trying to find it in the book. But I need to start highlighting shit that I want to reference. Maybe
Hmm.
I'll do that. I'm gonna start
Or you
highlighting
should put sticky notes and like
that too.
mark the paragraph number on that page.
Yeah. Uh, Ramble on while I try to. Oh, here. The pain only appeared to come and go. The pain was like the piling, sometimes covered and sometimes visible, but always there. And I really like that sentence because it kind of, if anyone's ever been like in a very bad pain, you have those moments where your body is just like exhausted and you kind of just don't feel it anymore, but it's still there. So I really liked how you could relate to that, and it makes sense. Like in the beginning, you're kind of like confused. You're like, okay, where's he going with this? Because it's like a memory he's having, and then it's like, oh, now you get it. That's actually it's on page 6 at the end of chapter
It's
2.
funny because I was looking at that page and
Where
something
you?
else. Yeah, 'cause something else I was gonna bring up that I liked was like what made me go like more like oh shit was like how he said, and there was not just one piling but
Yep.
two.
2.
That's when I realized like oh shit he's talking about his legs.
Yeah. Yeah, it says right at the end. Yeah, that shattered pilings were his own shattered legs.
Yeah,
Can we talk about the best part though in these 3 chapters? Though.
I already know what you're gonna
You know,
say.
is the wonderful mouth to mouth scene.
Yeah, kind of turned me on.
It's just so how do you even put
Descriptive.
it? Yeah, descriptive.
I never thought of mouth to mouth
Um
being so like
that
intense. The way it's
was so
described in these
funny.
2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, first of all, if we get to know I guess what will most likely be like the 2 main characters. So we have Polly. That's the dude's name, the one
That's
who's
the
talking about
author.
the piling. Yeah, technically he's the author in the book. So yeah, in case for anyone who thought it was Stephen King, because when you said it's the
My
author, it
bad.
made me sound like
Yeah, the
I
main
just want to clarify.
Paul Sheldon. He's an author who writes
Yeah.
novels, so it's just set in chapter 3.
Yes, and then we also get introduced to Annie Wilkes, who is his number one fan. So, that's kind of where chapter 2 goes off, and then it comes into chapter 3 with the most wonderful, amazing mouth to mouth scene.
No, the mouth to mouth was in chapter 2.
Was it? No. Was it?
Yes,
No. Was it?
page 5,
What?
where she says, "Breathe, goddamn you,"
Oh,
and then
shit. You're
I
right.
was literally gonna quote something about the scene. I said,
It was chapter 3 then.
it says, shit, I just had a quote. It was he described her lips for a second. He said they
There
were
was a
like,
mouth
oh
clamped over
here,
his. That one?
lips. Is it lips as dry and dead as strips of salted leather?
Ugh.
And she raped him full of her air again. I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. It is rape.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was even saying, like, "Just let me die" or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like how
Oh
intense
my
he
god.
made mouth to mouth seem like you're being raped with air. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's kind of intense.
I love the part, though, where it was like, "For Christ's sake, don't let any of it out through your nose, because it just
Oh my
smelled
god.
that bad."
Damn. Didn't he say like she had cookie lips or something?
Um,
Or cookie breath?
it was like a dreadful mixed stench of vanilla cookies and chocolate ice
Yeah.
cream and chicken gravy and peanut butter fudge.
Ugh, chicken
Now,
gravy with all that
if
doesn't sound
I
good.
know, I was gonna say everything else sounds fine, but the chicken gravy is what.
I don't know. When I was reading it, the instinctive thing I started to smell like before the chicken gravy part, I started thinking of like cookie dough for some reason.
Yeah, cause like the vanilla cookies and chocolate.
Yeah, I mean I've had like cookie dough ice cream before, so since you mentioned cookies and ice cream and chocolate ice cream,
Yeah.
whatever. Man, yeah, but going back to it, chapter 3 was pretty short. It was more him like going in and out of consciousness and
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
being fed the Advil pills.
Yeah, I forgot. It's just the one page. Yeah,
It's like a page and a half, like end of 6, beginning of 7.
yeah.
And like you
I
just kind of
also like,
find out, like the backstory. Like you just find out that Paul Sheldon, he wrote novels of two kinds,
yeah.
good ones and bestsellers.
Where's something
Um,
that I'd like?
Divorced twice. Um, yeah, and then Paul understood long before then that he was in a hell of a jam, like being with this woman.
Yeah. One thing I
More
do
and
like
more later.
about what he did, I don't know if you actually read it before the
Oh yeah, I
chapter.
didn't read it.
I said I don't know if you read it.
I know. It's like I read this too, but I think I know what you're going to talk about in the beginning with the
And
the prologue, like, or not like the note to the reader.
yeah, the acknowledgement where he
Yeah,
like
I read that.
credited the three doctors and all that.
Yeah,
I like that because especially when it comes to psychological horror, there's a lot of stuff like and it's cool to see that he's done his research and whatnot.
yeah. No, he took a lot of opinions of different doctors, which actually comes into
Yeah,
play very soon about the medication she's feeding him.
because you're a little
Um,
bitch and went ahead and read. I only stopped at the third chapter.
yeah, I got a little bored and I started reading more.
No, we're
I'm not giving away anything.
yeah,
But something that me and Amanda did talk about when we did get up to chapter 3, both of us, just like very briefly. We
mhm,
try to save most of the conversation for now. Um, we're trying to predict. So, like we mentioned that his legs are shattered currently,
yeah.
and Amanda thinks that it's because,
I
um,
think she did something to him. I
like
think it's
yeah,
like
she thinks
I
that he. Yeah, go on.
let me tell them what I think.
Oh,
I
so you
don't
don't
need
like
you.
it when someone's cutting you off while you're trying to
But the thing
explain
is,
something, right?
no. The problem is, I cut you off with shit. But the problem you're doing is you're trying to explain to the audience what I think. Why can't I just tell them what I think from my mouth? You
Because
don't
I
need
want
to
to cut you
recap
off
what I
because it's
said.
annoying when you cut me off.
Whatever. So I thought that she did something to him, like went into his bedroom at night and like smashed his legs with like a hammer or something, and like kidnapped him. But
I think there was a I think his legs were already previously smashed, and she is trying to do something else and basically taking advantage of that situation
yeah,
for whatever
so
benefit.
yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it says on the back of the book that she's like obsessed with his stuff, and I mean, she
Yeah,
also said, "I'm your biggest fan," blah blah blah.
yeah.
Um, so I feel like she's a little obsessed with him. So I feel like him being crippled like this is like her way of kind of getting something out of him. What might that be? I
Let me
don't know
put
yet.
my bookmark back in. No, what's funny is because I've seen a Lifetime movie like this, and I think it was
All
kind of like
Lifetime movies are like this.
no, but it was kind of like the same situation. I don't remember exactly what the guy was doing, if he was an author or whatnot, but she basically kidnapped him. Was it a Lifetime movie? Maybe it wasn't a Lifetime movie. It was just
I'm
like
sure it
maybe
was.
it was a Lifetime or just a regular movie. But basically, she kidnapped this dude, and then she took like a what's it called, like the really long hammer or mallet? Is that what it's called? Like it's like a big stick with like the round kind of hammer at the end. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm
I don't know.
probably a
Is
sledgehammer. You're probably thinking of.
yeah, probably a sledgehammer. So she took that and went right down on his ankles. And I'm watching that. Oh, I hated it. Like, because she like had him tied up, and she didn't want him to leave because at his ankles were fine. So she took him, just smashed him. Oh, makes me cringe.
Yeah,
I hate it. Eh.
I won't ever forget all the times like going back to like a year, 2 years ago when I would come over and we would just watch Lifetime movies on your TV and just
Lifetime
laugh
movies
at
are
how
so
like
cringe.
I won't ever forget the one with the young guy marrying this older lady and then like she fell off the horse and they kept thinking that he was the at fault for it because like he's trying to marry her just for her money.
Okay, but like your favorite Lifetime movie, I believe, is The Flowers in the Attic.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You love that one.
That was so. I don't know. That was
That's a
creepy.
book we should read because that
I
movie
don't
was
need to
based
read
off
it.
a
I
book.
saw what happened.
You barely got through the first one. There's like three more after it.
It's too cringy. See, the thing is, I would just throw the book out the window at that point. I don't want to, cause like when you read a book, you gotta like imagine stuff and like think about the
Yeah,
setting. I don't want to picture that shit going on.
yeah.
And especially,
Also,
it probably gets
yeah,
more descriptive and dirty and disgusting. And
it gets definitely more
let's just focus on the
dramatic.
book we're on.
Okay, all right. One last thing I want to mention is what we do plan on doing is once we are finished with the book, I believe we were gonna watch the movie too, right?
Yeah,
Why are
my
you
voice cracked.
laughing? I didn't.
Yeah, boy.
I didn't.
Okay, but yeah, watching the movie is definitely what we should do after we're done with the book. I mean, hope
Imagine
it,
like the movie I was just describing is Misery, the book.
I
That'd
don't
be
think
funny.
so. There's first of all no children involved.
No, not the flowers in the attic, you dumb bitch.
Oh, then what are you trying to
The one
describe?
with the dude with the mallet that we were talking about, or the
Oh,
sledgehammer.
well, I mean his legs are already shattered, so like, what's she gonna do? Shatter them again?
I mean, maybe. I don't remember exactly what happened in the movie. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Although, I love the smell of books. They smell so good. They remind me of like third grade when you went to the book fair and you walk in, it's just like book to the face.
You know what it reminds me of too?
Those little pointer fingers that you would pretend to stick up everyone's butt.
What? Why would books remind me of that?
Because they sold them at the book fair.
No, I was gonna say books remind me of bacteria because like they smell like that because they're covered and aged with a bunch of dust and shit.
This is a new book, though.
I'm not gonna lie though, I do like the smell of old books too.
Yeah.
And then like
The
whenever
smell.
there was like the Scholastic Fair or whatever at elementary
That's what I
school,
was saying, the
there
book
was
fair.
but yeah, but there was always like the new books and like the new books have like that new paper smell, and then like all the old books in the library always had like this stinky smell. Like I won't
Yeah.
forget back in elementary school there was like the thing in the summer, if you read a certain amount of books like you would get like a pizza party if your
What?
classmate. Yeah, if your kids in your class before the next school year, teacher would say if you read at least this many books, we would get pizza party or whatever.
You must have gone to some fancy ass schools because I never
I
had
didn't go
that.
to a fancy ass school, but
Well, look at
um,
you reading books for pizza parties. Do you know how much books I would have read just to get a pizza party?
well, it was definitely a good incentive, and not every school did it though.
That's
But then my mom took
bull.
it as because then like she saw how we would read, so she took it as like we would get money if we read certain like throughout the summer if we read a certain milestone of books. So like $5 for reading like 10 books, $10 for reading like 25, and like if we,
That's stupid. No
it's
offense to
not
your
though. It
mom.
worked.
Well,
It
like
got us to read.
$5 for 10 books, though. Like, how long were the books?
Well, I was like in fifth, fourth grade, so like, what did you think I was reading? Harry
It's like
Potter?
probably like what were you reading? Like probably like
Well,
Nancy
I tried
Drew and all that kind of shit.
some of the
But
Nancy Drew stuff. Actually, yeah. Um, I
Goosebumps.
yeah, Goosebumps actually was a big one. I miss. I don't know if we have any of them anymore. I actually want to go back and like rewatch Goosebumps like around Halloween just to see how cheesy it is now.
The new one was so stupid. Oh
Shut
no,
up.
that was Ghostbusters. Oops.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Yeah, shut up. But
I
what
got
I
mixed
did
up.
used to read at one point, and my mom was like on the verge of not counting it, but I genuinely like the series, and you're probably gonna know what I'm gonna say, but Diary of a Wimpy
Oh
Kid.
my god.
I
I
genuinely
wouldn't
liked
count
reading.
that either.
I genuinely liked reading the books though, but yeah, she didn't count it almost because it's like a picture book.
Now I have something to talk to your mom about.
Hey, I have all of them here. Actually, I probably don't have all of them anymore.
I'm gonna be like, I agree that Diary of a Wimpy Kids are in books.
She
I'm
probably
glad.
doesn't even remember.
Probably not. She
I
may
just
even
love
get
these,
my.
like the same aunt that invited you to the wedding. You know
Uh
what kind
huh.
of book she bought me? She
What?
bought me Sir Farts a Lot, Sweet Farts, and what's this? Fart Powder. And
Because
I read.
compared to her kids, you're an idiot.
Oh, and
Remember?
then I also read The Day My Butt Went Psycho and Zombie Butts from Uranus. She gave me all those books.
Did you enjoy them?
I did read them, and this is why my humor is fart humor.
Mm-hmm.
I did read them all, and they
Explains
were
a lot.
funny. They were funny, but I wish now that I look at it, I'm like, why didn't she give me any real books? The only like I'm looking at all these books that I have on my dresser, and the only real book series that I have that's like genuinely like meant for like normal people is the Percy Jackson series, and like that's still kind of like eh.
Yeah. Did you ever see the
Oh, I
movies?
also have the Diary of Anne Frank.
Uh, as- okay.
I don't know why I have that there, but it's
Wait,
sitting
isn't
there.
that the one? Is that the one where she's like hiding from
So
like the
it's actually
Nazis
her.
and all that?
Say that again.
Where she's like hiding from the Nazis in like a
Yeah, so
house
her
in
and
the
her
attic.
family. Yeah, her and her family, and that's legit. Her diary got published.
Yeah, I'm so
She was actually very
smart.
like, she was very well spoken. Like it's crazy that like you were able to like basically publish that into a book,
Yeah. Alright,
and
they're
it's
about to
just
publish something in like 20 years. Oh, what was it? I heard on the news. They were gonna like publish like some important shit
well,
from
I don't
someone.
I don't know if you were watching the video with me. I remember I was showing you the end of one of the Nazi videos I was watching about like Hitler's right hand man, and oh no, not him.
Is that what I'm thinking
There
of?
was something else I was watching. There was Operation Barbarossa. No, not Barbarossa. Operation I forgot the name of it, but it was like basically they dressed up this recently deceased person as like a British um officer, and like they made it that he drifted ashore with like important papers because like um when United States entered the war, there were two areas after they occupied France again. There were two areas that they could have invaded from: Sicily or Greece. Sicily was a strong point, and the Germans were ready for it, but they knew that the Germans would know this, so they dressed up this body to have papers saying that they were going to do Greece instead, and it worked. And they actually um set up and expected the Americans and the British to come from Greece, and then they ended up invading Sicily and easily took control, and then took down Mussolini after that. And if it wasn't for that, the war would have probably went completely different. And they said that they were going to release all those papers and top secret missions like in 100 years to the date that it happened. So that happened in
Was it like
1941.
something 38? Something
No,
like that?
1941 it happened. So they were going to release it in 2041.
No.
1938 was around the time when Hitler came to power in Germany, so maybe like some Nazi stuff was going to get released.
I think
It's
so. That's what
so
it
in
was.
probably 2038. So
Yeah.
it's still a couple like you said like
Getting
10
there though.
almost 20 years away.
It's getting there. But
Yeah, I mean we'll be alive for it.
that'll be interesting. And that's for your daily history lesson. Um
Yeah.
Hey, is there anything else you wanted to mention about the book club segment? Or
All I was gonna say is, we talked about Misery. We didn't have that much to say right now, but we're hoping that we could do this for other books too. We're probably gonna do a lot of Stephen King in the beginning,
oh yeah, I have a lot of Stephen King
but
points.
if this actually does take off and people want to see us like read a different book, like let us know.
We are not reading anything like as long as fucking Harry Potter.
Uh, well, the first few books are short. It's not until you get to the fourth book it's insane.
There's like 20 books. Or
There's
no, there's 9 or
books.
8. That's a lot
7.
of books. Can your mom pay me to read?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Um. Okay, so that's it for that. Next thing was we went to Dave and Buster's this past week. For the first time.
This is kind
Uh,
of boring, to be honest.
I mean, I didn't find it that boring. Like, I wouldn't say it was like thrilling, like super like, oh my god, like this is amazing. But I feel like there was more to do than most arcades.
The reason
Um,
listen, the reason I feel like it was kind of pointless was because we went with a group of people, right? It was you, me, your younger brother, and then 2 other people we used to work with. But when we got there, everyone just kind of split.
well, that was one of the dinguses' fault.
And it was just kind of like, I don't know, like what was the point if weren't not gonna.
Oh, because Brian said the same thing. Like he wanted to stick together, but that doofus kept walking away, and then
Yeah.
the other doofus was being a deadbeat, and then
Yeah.
so it just kind of ruined it a little bit. Yeah, that's
So
why I said
like
we should have done an escape room, but because they couldn't run
yeah.
away from us, they had to be in the room.
Yeah.
They had to
Uh
escape us, so they had to do what we had to do to get out of there.
yeah. I think that would have been more fun, but I don't know. I can't see the 2 dinguses just doing it, you know.
But
One's too
I
worried
think
about squiggly lines.
I think it could have went okay. But
Maybe.
anyway, I want to say though, Dave and Buster's, I did try. I guess the reason why it was kind of fun for me is because when I go to arcades, I'm usually pretty safe, and I just play the same kind of games over and over again. I don't know why, but when we went, because there were so many more games, I said, let me try some of these other games. And I actually had a lot of fun trying different things. And I think the reason why I'm usually conservative is because, you buy like $20 worth, right? And that's like only maybe like 20 games or so,
Yeah.
or maybe less. I don't know. But at Dave and Buster's, I spent about $35, but I got to play a shit ton. Like I could have played every game in there probably like 3 times or 4 times with the amount of tokens I had based off $35. Like, even though, yeah, in the end you didn't accumulate, like this is the same for every arcade, but like you
Yeah.
don't accumulate that many tickets to get anything worthwhile. Um, I knew that going in, but I actually felt more satisfied because like I was able to play a lot longer. Like we played for a good 2 hours before I finally ran out of money. Um, I obviously could have loaded the card again, but I didn't want to. But I tried a lot of different games, like some of the shooting games, like I always see there. I thought that was pretty fun. I also
Mhm.
we At the end, me and Amanda got very competitive. So like we had like both like around a little like 60-ish tickets each. Not tickets, coins, and we wanted to see what's the quickest way we could redeem them. So there was a Connect Four basketball game that was like four coins roughly. So we just kept playing that, and it was funny because at first, like the ball would bounce back and hit one of us in the face, or
Yeah.
almost hit someone behind us. Um, or like pretty much I would win every single time, except on her last go, I kept trying to get this one basket, and it kept bouncing out on me. And then she managed to get a couple in a row, and then she finally beat me on
Yeah.
her last try. It was like very clutch for her.
It was the final countdown, I guess you could say.
Yeah, pretty much. That
That was
was
fun.
Yeah, that was funny. But one thing I realized I didn't do is I didn't play any like normal arcade, like not normal, but like no like retro
OG.
arcade games. Yeah, until the end I played Galca, which was kind of fun.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I kind of wish
bleeding.
I did more tickets on those kind of games.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm bleeding over here. I'm a bloody mess.
Nice.
My
I
arm.
I was the one that I did the best on was that bowling game. I'm so surprised I got so many tickets out of that.
Yeah, you
Like
did pretty good.
there was the bowling game is like yeah, like this
Excuse
little
me.
ball and like a little like tiny lane, and basically when you threw the ball down the lane, it would then go onto a virtual image, and then you would see the pins fall down. Um, and obviously it did pick up where on the thing, on the alley that the ball hit the screen. So if you hit it all the way on the left hand side, it would have been in the gutter pretty much. I managed to get it always down the middle, and I was getting strike after strike. So like normally in bowling, you get 2 tries in a frame. Um, but because I got a strike on the first and second frame, it just let me keep going until I stopped getting strikes. Um, and at the end, I almost got another strike. I almost got a fourth strike, but it was like one pin was remaining. So I got the spare, and then I ended up getting like 364 tickets or something. It was
Yeah,
insane.
it's a lot. You did good.
My favorite was when we did the Hungry Hungry Hippos, though.
That was fun.
That was insane. It was like these. It was meant for kids, but we didn't care. We sat on the Hungry Hungry Hippos, like life size ones, and then you just like had to throttle this thing back and forth to try to like grab the balls. And different balls were worth different amounts. And I remember I was like losing pretty bad at one point. Like one of the guys next to me had like 28, and I had like 16. And then I just start like shaking the thing violently, going like, ah! And then all of a sudden I look, I had 33 and he had 32, and I somehow won. And I mean, it didn't matter who won though, because everyone got 100 tickets, which is a
Mm.
lot. And
Yeah.
I realized like we should have just played that all night.
Yeah.
We would have gotten so many tickets, but then the kids would have been mad that we were just using their machine.
I don't really think anyone else was playing on it, to be
Well, those
honest.
kids that were on it, they went on it right after we were done. Like they
Oh,
were like
did they?
standing, they were like standing around at it, and then the mother moved them for us. Then they all piled on after they saw us play, because I think when they
Um,
saw us play, they were like, "Hey, that looks kind of fun."
yeah. You're all just a big bunch of weirdos.
Oh yeah, but there was a lot of big bunch of weirdos there.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah, it was okay.
you want to
I don't know.
explain you playing the baseball pitching game? How you kept getting zero?
Like, I didn't understand what I was supposed to do.
Supposed to throw the ball.
But, like, what I did was I waited until he was done talking, and then I threw it, and then that didn't work. So I threw it when he was talking, and that didn't work either.
I think it was hard to hear, but I heard what like one of the times he say like, "All right, he winds up, and now here comes the pitch." So like there was like a pause in between like both sentences, and I wonder if one of the times you threw while there was the pause and not like actually him after he was done talking.
I have
I don't
no
know.
idea.
It was so
But
weird. I did it fine though on the first try.
I didn't understand it. I couldn't. I was so
Basically,
confused.
you had to throw the ball as hard as you can. Like you had 3 pitches, and basically the harder you threw it, the more points you got. And there was a backboard where different areas on there would multiply your speed by a certain amount. So the center would be like times 32, which was the most. Um, what's so funny though that Amanda forgot to mention was when you threw the ball and what's it called? You completely missed, and you ended up hitting the barrier, and
I
it
didn't
came.
do that.
Yeah, you did,
Eh,
and it came back and almost hit the person behind us.
That's pretty funny.
I had to grab the ball for you.
That's funny.
And that's what's even funnier because then you had a second chance and you still got 0.
Yeah. Again, I didn't understand the game. I just
Big
it, wa-
brain.
it wasn't my kind of game.
The only games that are your kind of games are the spinny games.
The spinny games?
Like the ones where you pull the lever and it goes spinny spinning.
What are you talking about?
Like the one it was only on the left-hand side. Like there was a lever and you had to spin and then like you had to stop it at the certain time.
How does that make it my game though?
That's the type of game you're good at.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. What game would you say you're good at?
I was good at that lock game.
That's that's one of the ones I was talking about.
That's not a spinning game.
I mean, it spins on the screen.
It goes back and forth. You just have to
It
tap it.
spin.
It's not. Doesn't do it. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue. Whatever.
I wanted to do the crane, but I don't know. I got
It was like
convinced.
$4, and it's
Yeah, but I think it was like 30 tries for four
you don't
bucks.
get 30 tries. No,
I saw it said one. Well, I don't know what it meant. It said 1 credit equals 30 tries,
I don't believe that for a second.
and then it was like 5.4 coins. So I don't know what 1 credit meant if the thing was 5.4.
I don't think they gave you 30 tries. Do you know how long
I
you'd be
saw that.
standing there?
Well, I saw that on one of the machines, but I,
I
di- I
don't
didn't
believe
try
you.
it. It was like the one with the big stuffed
I
animals.
know. Buster's Crane game.
I mean, there's several crane games that were there.
Well, giant.
Giant crane game.
No, I don't want a video on how to beat it.
The one thing I wish we did was I was actually kind of curious to try their food and see how good it was.
Yeah.
So in the end of the night, I had like 1,300 tickets. I was tempted to save them or like pull them together with someone else, but we really didn't know what to get that we could share. So we all
Mhm.
decided to spend them on our own. But like I said, I was tempted to save them maybe for another time, but I had no idea when I would be back, and I couldn't really find anything to be honest. The only thing I saw was The Office, the
I'm
show.
sorry, but I went to the Dave and Buster's website and I hit play games in store. First thing that comes in, hot new games, Hungry Hungry Hippos. Summer is a whole new ball game.
Damn, so that's a new machine.
That's
That looked
funny.
fucking beat up too.
It
So
did. There's
that got beat up pretty fast.
see
But
elevator
anyway,
action
can I
invasion.
can I
And
finish what I'm saying? So I was saying that I redeemed The Office, uh, which is the TV show, The Office trivia game, and we played it yesterday, and it was okay. I wasn't that good at it. Amanda was better at it than me.
Hell yeah! I'm such a pro gamer.
But and what did you get? What did you redeem with your 1100?
I got 2 like face masks, and then I got a sleeping mask.
Have you used your sleeping mask yet?
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Does it
nice.
block out the sun?
I mean, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
I was just asking if it did a good job of that because I know you had several sleeping masks.
Yeah, I did good.
Okay. Um,
I'm
anything
annoyed this
else?
website doesn't show me all the games they have. But can we talk about the prices that were a little stupid?
What for the tickets?
No, it's just like to play like $15 for 75 chips, 25 for 135. Like mm,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind that.
rewards, official rules. I want to see the games. Also, I noticed they had a VR game, which is really weird.
Yeah, it looked. I was curious to try it, but then I was like, eh.
I would not put my face on that.
Yeah, but you gotta think about everything else in that arcade. Probably is dirty as, shit.
That's true.
A lot of germs spreading around.
I love the hungry, hungry hippos. That was funny.
Yeah.
That axe throwing thing we saw is also considered to be
Axe,
new.
axe throwing?
Yeah, remember, like, oh, we didn't try that, and it was like a big axe.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you walked past it, you're like, oh, we should have done that, and I was like, yeah, oh well.
I can't remember, but yeah,
Oh, the
that
Connect
does.
Four Hoops thing was new too. Oh
I
no, it's considered a core game.
I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, so
Yeah,
we probably didn't explain it, but it was like basketball Connect Four. So you would basically throw the basketball in one of the vertical uh slots, and then on the screen it would automate like your chip being there.
yeah.
So it wasn't like the balls actually stacked up in there. So like the balls would come back to us, which was nice.
Last thing I want to mention, it was bullshit. We had to pay a $3 activation fee for the
Yeah,
card.
but that's like for like the first time only, because I'm sure if we go back, we could just load our card.
Yeah, but still, it's annoying. Like, really, you have to activate the card? No, you don't. Just put the fucking money on there.
Yeah, I know. But that's what they do with the, Visa cards and Mastercards that you buy at, supermarket or
Yeah, I
Staples or
know.
whatnot. They all have activation fees, and they're actually more than $3. They're like
Yeah.
$7 activation fee. I mean, I guess that's like a more serious kind of card, because that's being used
Yeah.
as like a temporary debit card
Credit
or a
card,
credit
whatever.
card.
Yeah.
But like this is just for a stupid arcade. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Well, I can't think of another place that's similar.
hmm
I was gonna say I don't think any other place makes you do
Even
that.
at the boardwalk, when you go to like one of the arcades, at least the one I'm most familiar with and I've gone to all my life, they have never charged an activation fee for
Yeah,
a
I don't think
card.
we did. Yeah,
No.
but did we ever hold on to their card or did we throw it
Yeah,
out afterwards?
I think we haven't. Or I did. It's somewhere
I'll check
packed
my
though.
wallet. Let me see. Oh yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
I know this
so
is when we went. This is when I went to the other boardwalk, the
yeah.
one with Brian. Uh,
Oh, the stinky
yeah,
boardwalk.
yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was my point. That was a little, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I understand. I actually, from when we went to that other one, the one you and I go to, when we went back in September, I still have the tickets we got here in my wallet. I just pulled it out. We have 5,500 points.
Damn, look at us.
You know what I just realized?
We got a lot more tickets there on one day than we did at Dave and Buster's
Yeah,
combined.
I didn't even realize that. I thought we got more Dave and Buster's, but I'm wrong. I mean,
No.
it still probably scales to the same amount. Like, okay, cool, you're getting more technically, but you're not really getting more.
Yeah. Boardwalk's a lot more fun though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think like some of the boardwalk games might be, but like the arcade itself had pretty much the same games.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the time I picked out my own bike there from a giveaway?
I vaguely remember. The only thing I remember is you picking out the scooter or winning the
No,
scooter.
so that wasn't it. So when I was maybe like 12 or something, um, at this arcade, every Sunday they would have like raffle giveaways. And so because I grew up going there and my parents always went there, they like knew me there. So they would have me come up and like they would shake the bucket, I would turn my head, pick a ticket, and then, they would say it, like whoever won, blah, blah, blah. So they were giving away a bike, and it was a very nice bike. Nothing like super fancy, but it looked nice. So they called me and were like, "Come on up, come pick it up." So I turn my head, close my eyes, reach in, pick one out, and it ended up being my own ticket. So yeah,
Damn,
I picked my own bike.
that's pretty cool.
And there's no way like I could have cheated too. Like they like struck it up, they mixed it. I turned my head, closed my eyes, reached in, picked it up, and then gave it to them.
You just made a bunch of copies of your own ticket.
I just sneakily threw them in. Like, I had it in, like, my hand as, like, I went to go in and just, like, picked it up, like, "Oh, look, it's the one I picked."
Or your mom like bribed them like let her win. She's a
She
spoiled
needs
brat.
Yeah,
She needs
probably.
to win, otherwise she'll cry.
That was pretty funny, though.
Like I don't want to deal with that bitch crying.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I do want to go to more arcades, more boardwalks. Hopefully this summer.
Yeah, now that everything's sort of
I want
calmed
to get
down.
more adventurous. I want to try different games.
I
Like that
wanna
time we
try
did,
an
that time we
Oreo.
did Deal or No Deal, and we somehow fucking won the whole thing.
That was
That
fun,
was
yeah.
insane. We were gonna play Deal or No Deal at Dave and Buster's, but the
It
machine was
was off.
broken.
Yeah. Right, Oreo,
Were
my
you?
sweet
What were
girl?
you gonna say that you were gonna try?
An Oreo.
Like the deep fried Oreos?
Oh, well, I was talking about my cat, but yes, I want to try deep fried Oreos too. That boardwalk has the best fucking cheesesteaks, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Especially
Just
when they
saying.
spill on my shirt.
That was funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
she's
are
like
messy.
she's raving about these cheesesteaks. So the first time we got, like, all right, fine, and then I just spill it all over my shirt.
You can't tell me it wasn't good though, because they use like the liquid nacho kind of cheese.
Liquid nacho cheese can be disgusting, though.
But it's so good. I don't think it was like exactly nacho cheese, but it's like that like consistency.
I don't think it was. Yeah, I think it was
Oh,
just American cheese that they melted.
yellow bitch, get fucked. They taste different.
No,
Yes. I'm
no.
gonna ask. I'm gonna ask somebody and see what they say.
Sure.
I will. You watch
Okay.
me. You watch me.
I know you will. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just wait.
I'm not.
Just you
I'm
wait.
not denying that you're not going to.
Yeah. Just you wait. To get fucked.
Okay. I'm not scared.
You should be.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we almost been recording for an hour.
No, I think it's a good place to stop here.
Okay. Well, this has been the Knuckleheads podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy. Hopefully, you guys like this book club idea, and yeah, feel free to give us some feedback.
Yes, it's always welcomed, but be nice. Thank you.
All right, thank you, and have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye.